Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Brother Sister Show, a family-owned and operated podcast where two siblings keep in touch by talking about movies. This week, we're doing something different.
Spicy.
So we're going to talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU
Also known as, the MCU.
Before we get to that, I don't know how much we're going to explain or what the title will be, but we're just going to talk about, I don't know, just the direction it's been going, how it's going to go, our thoughts. I think because I mostly have like a public apology. I need to eat some of my words. Is that what you say?
Sure. I don't know. You need a verbal apology to Mr. Feige.
Yeah. But before we get to that, what have you been doing? What have you been watching? What's going on?
So I have been moving. I'm in the middle of a move, I guess, because we move pretty soon. Actually, this Saturday. I forgot. We've been pre-recording these for so long that I forgot that this is actually going to come out this week. But we're moving in 2 days by the time this comes out. And I'll be homeless for 2 weeks. But don't you worry, the podcast will still come in its audio format. As for the YouTube, who knows? Okay, don't sue me.
Hiatus. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
So I guess apologies for that, but sorry, not sorry. How about that?
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. This is not our full-time job. Can you imagine? We'd be making
that would be
negative money.
Yeah, negative money. That would be amazing though if we did this full time.
Oh yeah,
that'd be cool. Money. Yeah, it'd be amazing if we could just turn a profit. Now, so that's happening, and then as far as what I've watched, not a whole lot since like I said, I've been moving. I guess we've been watching Game of Thrones again. We started getting closer to the end, so I'm ready to get angry again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I went alone to see Bo Burnham's Inside in theaters.
I did not go alone, but I did go and see it as well. The same night, I think.
Yeah, you saw it at 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or close to that. Yeah, I saw it at 7 when I got it around the first shows that he released. I thought people were gonna sing. I thought that was gonna happen. It did not. Fortunately, that did not happen. Either.
But I don't know. So this guy next to me, he was singing, and I feel bad complaining about this, but he was like. It felt like I was at a concert because he was certain songs would come on and he was like, yes, he didn't he said yes out loud. He didn't already know what songs would go next. That was kind of weird. I don't know that I just don't, the equivalent of clapping after an airplane lands to me.
Oh yeah. Fuck those people.
Yeah. But I think for me, I wouldn't have minded, but I think I've said this before, but this was his first time seeing it.
Yeah.
How lucky.
To be Sebastian. To be you. Yeah, so I've been waiting to ask because I was going to ask because I saw you. I was helping you move. But how did what's the verdict from Sebastian?
He liked it. I don't think he was as obsessed with it as I was, but that's fair. But he really liked it. We were playing some of the songs on the way home, so
okay,
that was nice. But he didn't hear the guy next to me, but I was just scared that would distract him because I was if I love something and I have somebody watch it, I need them to pay attention to every single part. I
100%.
I got kind of annoyed because we went to the draft house and, obviously they walk around and sometimes they're loud. So there was one part where he was talking and I was like, oh, they better not be loud during this part because Sebastian needs to pay full attention. But it was fine. He liked it a lot.
That's good.
I tried to guess his favorite songs but I did not get it right. I thought they would be um, All Eyes on. Is it All Eyes on Me? Is that what's called? The
Mm-hmm.
one where he's like blue. I thought it'd be that one. Was not. But my takeaway, I don't know what yours were. My takeaway was like, I'm so glad I saw it in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of them were really good, like all the songs, but that one hit so differently to me
Yeah.
in the theaters. It was
Especially
wild.
because,
I got like emotional. It was weird.
yeah, just fully immersed in the whole in the
Hmm.
song way more than at home, especially because I guess I just didn't pay attention as close. I really thought I did, but the overlaying of the shots, I was like, it was like a new thing. I'm like, bro.
Me too. And then the potential ending song, there were some lyrics that I was like, I don't remember. And yeah, and I was like,
Oh,
yeah, my phone is poison because I'm sure during those parts I was probably on my phone or I was doing something or I was distracted. But when I'm in a theater, weirdly, my therapist was telling me that she was like, have you ever tried meditation? And I was like, girl, no. But she was like, well, or mindfulness meditation, whatever. And she was like, well, it doesn't have to be you sitting in a room and being quiet, which sounds like a nightmare. She said, like, if you're just paying attention to something and your mind is quiet, which mine never is, she's like,
mhm.
that's meditation. So if
Right.
and she knows she knows I like movies. So she's like, that is a form of mindfulness meditation because you're fully paying attention to it. And I was like, fuck, that's right. Because my head is empty when I go to the movies. And I think that's why I like it so much because that's the only time that I just shut the fuck up and don't do anything.
Yeah, you're just consuming fully one
I'm fully
thing.
immersed. Yeah. That's why there's certain movies where I'm like, no, I have to see it in theaters.
Hmm.
And I
And this
was
is
kind of
one.
robbed of that. Yeah, that was so one of them. So I'm glad I did. But his favorite, Sebastian's favorite, was Welcome to the Internet, which I don't know why
Uh,
I didn't think of that. Yeah.
yeah, that one's visuals. All hit different. Did the Draft House do anything special? Like, I assume they had maybe probably a drink.
No,
Not even
so
that.
no, so they only had when we got there they had a like the regular menu and then they had a small one and it was drinks for old. They had like specialty
Uh,
cocktails for them. Some of them were cool. Like it was like aged cocktail. It was like an aged
oh,
whiskey or something. Like they had really cool names.
that's cool.
Um, yeah,
Oh, I did
yeah.
want to say, like the visuals, but also like there was like so many different audio, like I guess channels. I don't know how else to say it. That I just didn't, I guess, register in my
Mhm.
brain when I watched it. Like the laughing in, like a lot of the music within, or the SFX in Welcome to the Internet. Like it just like there's a lot of laughing. I don't know,
Just the little like
genius.
xylophones in the background. That's why Sebastian liked it because of all the the little like noises in the background that you could barely hear.
Yeah, there was like a dog barking, just random shit. Amazing.
Very good.
But good. So
Loved
you
it.
talked about old.
Yes. Oh man. Okay, so I feel like a fool first of all because I wanted to talk about old on an episode. Not anymore for a lot of reasons, but mostly because there's this annoying conversation. I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast, but there's this annoying conversation that happens every time M. Night Shyamalan has a movie come out. And it's about how he's not a good director and he's basically people make fun of him like he's a fucking joke or something. And I don't like the slander because I love him. I love his movies. I think
Mm-hmm.
The Village is like not, I don't know if I'm scared people think I am joking when I say this, but it is like legitimately one of my top 5 movies of all time. I fucking love that movie. And so I will not take any sort of slander about that man because I love
So,
him and I think he's a
wh-
great storyteller. That being said, so I defended him this whole week. Like I had this whole like, people are just like old, even if it is bad, he makes good movies. So let's not fucking act like he doesn't make any good movies.
Stuart
Like it's
Little
just so
is on
annoying.
his.
Stuart Little. Also, The
Mhm.
Happening could have been a good movie. I have a theory that okay, hold on. I have a theory that the problem is a lot of the writing, but I think the biggest problem with that movie is the casting. Because in what world is Mark Wahlberg and Zoe Deschanel together? What world is that a couple? So just recast both or one of them, either of them, and that movie would have been okay. I think Mark Wahlberg just makes stupid faces and noises, so everything he does just sounds stupid and looks stupid. So yeah, of course that movie's gonna feel dumb.
Fair enough.
Anyways, this is a whole explanation for me just saying I was disappointed. I did not like this movie at all. You haven't seen it, but you know what happens, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if we have to
Kayla.
talk about the spoilers of it, but
Yeah, we don't really have to, but Kayla loves hearing about movies. I think she just likes knowing because we went to mom and dad's and they had just seen it, and Kayla's like, "Tell me about it."
She wanted
It's
to know.
very different. Yeah.
Well, I think it's
And I was
also
like, I probably
because
wouldn't
the
see
whole
it.
thing is that there's gonna be a twist. That's like
Yeah.
his thing, and the twist it wasn't that good. It was
Right.
fine. The
Mhm.
cast itself, meh. They were
The one
okay.
the one thing I did see, it was funny. I haven't seen the movie, but I saw this tweet. It was like someone let Alex Wolf like
Oh,
have a good time with his family. Yeah, or something. That was
Yeah, he
funny.
was good in it. He would just like scream the whole time, and that's what I kept thinking too. I was like, man, he needs like a fucking break, dude.
His manager, he goes to
The
his
fact that I
manager
know
like,
exactly like how like how he sounds when he yells is really sad. But he was okay in it. I mean, I don't know. It was just. I think it was just they really fumbled it because it was such a really interesting concept. And I don't like how they did it at all. The direction was kind of strange. The way that he would the way the camera moved was just so strange. Like it was, I don't know. You have to watch it. It's like a weird experience. It felt like a fever
interesting.
dream. It felt like I was like about to fall asleep, but I was trying to fight it for some reason. And I was, battling a flu. And so I decided to watch this movie. And it just like turned into this weird fucking thing. Truly, there was like 5 times during the movie where I was like, is this a real movie? Like, is this real or like, is this a joke? Like,
That's
truly, I
funny.
just kept thinking that. Um, yeah, the dialogue, I think it was mostly the dialogue. The dialogue was fucking weird. I don't know how, it's just the way they talk to each other was so goddamn strange. But
He
like,
wrote and directed it, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the thing people keep saying. Like, he just needs to stop writing his own movies, and I don't even think that's the issue. I don't know. He's allowed to have bad movies. That's my whole thing about him is that people just like he has bad movies, sure, but like people make it seem like he's just not good at what he does, which is not true.
Mm.
He just wasn't that good. Also, I fucking love that he puts himself in his movies. I think that's hilarious. And of course, he was in this movie and he was like kind of a pivotal part of the movie. And
Really?
I loved it. Yeah, I think it makes me smile every time he's on a movie. Like every time I see him, I'm like, yeah, he deserves to be here. Like in Signs, he was it was kind of like Signs. Have you seen Signs before?
No, we've gone through
Oh.
this before.
Well, like his character in his own movie was pretty pivotal, and this one was the same. And it's just so funny to me.
Mm.
I just love that he puts himself and I don't know. I thought they were going to do some sort of meta thing, but it didn't. I don't know. It just didn't turn out the way I thought. In the end, was so strange. You just have to watch it. It was
Yeah,
so
now
strange.
I wasn't going to, but you're making
I
me want to watch it.
I think you should just to experience it because it's such a wild concept. And there's also one scene that actually kind of creeped me out and was really well done. And I want you to
Mm.
see that scene.
Okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough. I might. Is it strictly in theaters
I
or?
think so.
Okay. I'll try to find time.
Yeah, it's not something that you need to like run to the theaters for, but yeah, just whenever you can. What a strange
All
movie.
right.
Also, side note, we went to a Santikos and we were Sebastian and I were super, super hungry because I think it was after after we moved everything. It was after a long day, basically. And so we went and we ordered burgers and we were like, I mean, at a theater, Even though it's a Santikos, which sometimes their food is good, it's a gamble. But holy shit, no joke, that was probably one of the best burgers I've had in a while. It was so good because
Really?
we got bacon on it, and the bacon was so
Mm,
crispy. Because sometimes like even when you go to like Whataburger, the bacon's like it just like flops on there, but it was
yeah.
crispy. It was thick. Oh, the burger was like actually seasoned. It was so
Shout out.
good. And so that was my highlight of seeing old was that I had such a good burger. And we played at
I,
the arcade and I won we played Injustice. Do you know the game? Oh,
yeah,
it's kind of a
yeah,
good
yeah. I love
segue.
Injustice.
But we played that. There's like an arcade game, which is kind of cool. Maybe next time you come here we can go because um so you play and every time you play you get a card because you get
Mm,
3 players, so you get like I get like Wonder Woman, Batman, like it's just random, and then you basically go down the line. And it's like a 3 strikes you're out. Like 3 of the people die, then you lose. And
yeah,
so
yeah.
after every play, you can just do random, but after every play, a card comes out, and then you get that person. And so when you play again, instead of doing random, you get to scan them, and so you get
That's
like
pretty awesome.
and it's very cool. And I loved it because I won. I think we played twice, and I won both times. I don't know, but I won.
So did he let you win, or was it like a fair fight?
I mean, if I figure out that he let me win, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't think he did though. I always
Oh,
tell him, "Don't do that. Like, don't let me win," because then I'm gonna
mm.
be all cocky, and in his head he's gonna be like, "Well, dumb
she,
bitch
doesn't,
didn't even actually
she,
win."
she doesn't even know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And I
funny.
think I'm just that good. I really are talking shit too, and I want to have stuff to back it up. But yeah, I think I'm
Kayla's
just really
really
good.
good. Kayla's really good at Injustice.
Oh, so am I. So next time I see her,
It's on site.
it's on site. I'll have an Injustice in my pocket.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I really like that game concept of like getting a card and then
Yeah, that's
be having
cool.
those players. Like I should have brought it with me, but I have Wonder Woman and then
Okay.
Batman.
Nice. Classics.
So we'll see what
Well,
else I get.
I do want to say before we get into the meat of the episode is that I feel like before the pandemic, we really didn't talk about like, I guess we didn't appreciate it as much, but just like the experience of going to the movies. I mean, you went to the arcade, the burger and everything. I mean,
Mhm.
maybe we would have, but I'm glad we're bringing it back to the pod. I'm glad it's making its appearance.
Yeah, I guess we didn't because I would go so much that it was kind of like
Yeah.
not an event. But yeah, I have been getting into like arcades more, like going to the arcades that are at
Yeah.
movie theaters. Those are fun. I haven't won. I really want to win. Um, I need like a stuffed animal, but
Oh, yeah.
but they're so fucking rigged because you can see how they
Hmm.
like shove those shits in, and there's
Yeah.
no way. I almost won the what are they called, the mystery van, mystery something, Scooby
Mystery
Doo, like
Machine?
yes, I almost said mystery mobile. um I almost got
Nope.
one of those, but then it fell because it was too
Mm.
heavy. But yeah, and
Lame.
then there's
Next
games
time.
that are obviously like nobody can ever win. The ones that are like
The
put the key
keyhole.
in.
Yeah.
um yeah, but I love playing them because I'm like I can win that Switch.
Dumb. But they're always like super lame. Like I remember when they always had iPod touches, but they had like 2 gigabytes of storage.
Now they're good. There was a Switch. It wasn't even just a Switch. It was one of the Animal Crossing ones.
Oh, no way. That would be
Yeah,
awesome to win that.
I almost want it.
That's what they want you to
Yeah,
think.
I know. It was impossible. And it was like a new one too. Like one of those games that I'd never even heard of. And I can't even describe it to you. Like it was just so strange how they did it.
No.
Sorry, I have to move this. Or are we just going to mess with it?
No worries. Yeah, we can cut to the break since I'm ready to talk about the MCU.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's start by talking about the first 3 phases of the MCU and our relationship with it. Just overall.
Well, first of all,
Me,
what are the phases? Because when Sebastian said that this is phase 4, I was like, well, when were the first three?
the first three are called the Infinity Saga, so it's
Oh,
like
God.
has to do with
Okay.
the Infinity Stones. Thanos is the big guy. I don't know. It's just like the next batch of movies, you know.
Okay.
That's just how I've heard it, like been described is like
I
the
guess I need
Infinity
to look
Saga,
up,
and then
like, what movies are in each phase.
yeah, it's pretty clear. I mean, like obviously Iron Man is like
Yeah.
one of the Starks, you know, Captain America, Hulk, but so Captain America or Iron Man came out what 2008, 2009 maybe. So
Mm-hmm.
that's like
Do you
peak
remember that?
childhood for me. I do. I do remember in theaters. I don't even know if I saw it in theaters. If I
I
did,
did.
the only thing I remember, or like the thing that stuck out and was like, damn, this is awesome, was the scene where he's in the Middle East somewhere. I don't know exactly where it is, but he gets like he gets bombed,
Mm-hmm.
and then like the guy he like just took a picture with like got killed. So
Oh,
that
yeah.
scene stuck with me a lot. And then the one where he comes back to that place when he gets rescued, makes like the Iron Man Mark One or whatever, like the suit. He comes back and he like fights the tank.
Mm.
That scene also is like, damn, this is badass.
It's very, I don't know the last time I've seen that movie, but it
Yeah, it's been a
was
while for me too.
pretty iconic because it was very funny. I think it's the first
Mm-hmm.
time I had ever seen Robert Downey Jr. I know he has like a storied past that like
Mm-hmm.
our parents probably knew about, but I knew nothing about him. And so I was like, who is this old man? But
Right.
yeah, I remember liking that one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was after that?
Oh
I know there
man,
was
let me look
Thor at some time. Was it the second one though?
up. All right, so let's. I didn't know we were going to go through the first three
Well, we don't have
phases.
to. Yeah, we don't have to go. Well, we don't have to go like movie by movie. But I just want to know what the second one was.
Uh,
Or can you tell me
chronological.
the second one and then tell me the first movie of each phase?
Wait, what?
Like if
You want
there's
to know what?
phase one began with Iron Man, phase two began with blank.
Oh, okay. So yeah, phase one began with Iron Man. Phase two began with Iron Man 3.
Oh,
Phase
okay.
3 began with Civil War.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
So yeah. Um yeah, I mean I've loved superheroes. I've loved all of the a majority of the movies. I mean, Thor Dark World is like we don't talk about it. We forget about that movie.
Wildly enough, though, I've seen so many people that are ranking all of the movies, and I'm like, like I know I haven't seen all of them, but the amount of times I've seen Iron Man 2 like pretty high on people's list, I'm like, am I thinking of the same movie?
I don't even
Didn't
is
that
that the one with
have
the
Sam Rockwell?
that might be that one.
Or maybe
But
Iron Man
also
3, and like that one was okay, but like
that could also be Iron Man 3. I don't
so
really remember.
forgettable.
Yeah. I don't yeah, some of them are
Um,
forgettable, but like the ones that are good are very good, you
oh
know,
yeah.
like Ragnarok,
Mm-hmm.
uh even Civil War. Civil War is pretty good.
It's decent.
Um
I think the premise of it, like the whole Civil War aspect of it, is kind of because like I don't know. It just felt stupid that part most of the reason it feels like after a certain point, Captain America, what is his real name? Steve.
Steve Rogers.
Steve was like angry. He wasn't angry at um Iron Man just for their like the reason that they were originally fighting, but then he got angry that he was like fighting, like he wanted to kill his boyfriend. You know, like that was kind of like stupid. Also, Iron Man being like, "Well, you killed my parents," and like he knows that he didn't choose that, right? I don't know. Just Civil War. It's like I like that it brought them together, like all these people together, and introduce Spider-Man. So like obviously into Spider-Man into this universe, but like obviously it's going to be good because of that. But like, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
my big question with these movies. Are like, especially the ones where a bunch of people come together. I'm like, is it good? Or do
Or
we
is there
just
just
like
a lot of
seeing them
people?
together? I know that Avengers, at least to me, I think Avengers is just good in
The
general.
first Avengers?
Yes, I really
You
like that
know,
one.
I rewatched it.
Is it
I
not
don't know if
good?
it holds up a whole lot for me
Okay,
at least, because I'm like,
I just remember liking it a lot and thinking that it wasn't going to be good.
yeah, right. At the time, I was probably like, oh my goodness, this is the best thing ever. But I don't know. Looking back, I probably
Really?
I probably wouldn't rate it that high. I mean,
I don't know if I'd rate it super high, but I thought it was pretty good. But okay, that's another one though. Is the amount of high rankings that Age of Ultron got? Like that's not a good movie, is it?
it's not bad. Not definitely
Maybe I
not the
need to rewatch
greatest.
it.
Yeah,
I
that one
don't
I
know.
have rewatched recently. Like the main Avengers ones I've rewatched, but not like the individual movies.
Uh,
The reason I really like Civil War, and not to go back to it, I don't want to stray or or I
you're
don't want
okay.
to stay there for too long. Uh, but it's because it's the first time. I don't know when did it come out, but like the thing that took them all down, the whole reason that they fought was just one dude, was Zemo, which I
Mm.
think is scary because I mean, obviously, like these big people are scary, like these powerful people are scary, but the fact that he's just a guy who didn't like the fact that Avengers existed.
One
And
guy that his family died, right?
yeah. So that part to me was really interesting, and the fact that he had to like they had to have all these people just from one man who was dedicated. Very interesting to
Yeah.
me. And the best part of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think, he was a very interesting character
I like that
because he's
actor.
yeah.
That's the thing about that's a big thing about Marvel is their casting is great. Is really
Hmm.
good.
Oh, and for Phase 4, I don't know if you want to. Should
So
we should
good.
we should we make the transition to Phase 4 in the future? Oh
We
no no no
can, or we
no
can just talk about casting in general.
no. We didn't talk about how you're tied, how your
Oh,
feelings are of the first three phases, because I think it's
yeah.
already established that I really enjoyed it because it was a lot of during my like developing
Yeah.
the
I
years.
will say I liked it a lot. Iron Man I loved.
Hmm.
I think I just wasn't as invested. I didn't really care. Like I know people like the theories people had like needing to watch the end credit scene. I think I wanted to know, but then there would be some times where like I kind of remember Iron Man. I think the end credit scene or after credit scene was Nick Fury, right? That's like the first time we see him.
Hmm.
And I was like, who is that? Like, I just, like, I feel like a lot of the lore was just like, and it makes sense because I didn't know anything about Marvel. This is my introduction to all of it. So when I watched the movies and like all these characters being introduced and like Sebastian or I don't know if no, I wasn't with Sebastian then, but like, like just all these people around me were like, like all like so amazed.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, what's going on. Like the big one I can think about in Iron Man is when because it was Terrence Howard before they replaced him with Don Cheadle, where he went and he like was about to put one on and he was like next time. And I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. He was gonna, his friend was gonna join him, and then somebody was like, yeah, he's what I forgot what you call him.
War Machine.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay.
That's
Like every
nice.
time a new character is introduced, I'm like, even to this day, whenever we saw Black Widow and Julia Louis Dreyfus was there, I like laughed really loudly and it was silent in the theater, and I was like, oh shit. And then I had to ask Sebastian, like, well, who is that? Like, who is she supposed to be? I just thought, I mean,
Hmm.
every time I see her, I just laugh because she's very funny.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think I would say I was interested in them. I think I just like the fantasy aspect of it. It's like in the same way I like to watch, a Twilight or a Twilight. I just like to watch stuff that's not within this world. But I wasn't as invested. And honestly, towards the end of it, I think Civil War was fine. And like, I kind of like was like okay with them. I really liked certain aspect. I loved Loki, but I think because he was so different than a lot of the villain stories that I had seen before, like he actually had Like he kind of had a good reason to be upset, like to be pissed. Like he wanted, the way he wanted to like control people was not great, obviously,
Mhm.
but his backstory of him, how he became a villain, I thought that was like actually very what is the word? I just thought it was very like in tune with its emotions in a way that I've never seen before, especially in a horror film, especially in a superhero film. And so I
Yeah.
really liked how they played with those dynamics and those elements of storytelling, but I didn't really get into it because I felt like they stopped themselves a lot because they did a lot of fan service, which is fine. Like I know people say fan service like it's a bad word. I don't think it always is because that's how you get people to watch these things, and like Marvel had to prove themselves. They couldn't just like, it seems silly to say this now, but like Iron Man was such a big gamble
Oh
to
yeah, for sure.
do. And yeah, I
I
don't know.
feel
I
like
think I just wasn't as invested. I started to get really, honestly, started to get kind of annoyed because the movie started to lack in a lot of quality. So like Thor, like the dark old one, that was like the second one, right? And like
mhm.
just I liked that each of these characters got their own movies, but once they started to get sequels, I was like, oh shit, sorry. I was like, what is happening? Why do we need all of these? Like even like Captain America Civil War, I was like, this is an Avengers movie. Let's just call it an Avengers movie. Like it just like started to get kind of annoying, and I was like, do we need an Iron Man 3? Do we, do we need all of these things? Do we need an Ant-Man 2? Do we need do we need all this extra shit?
Yeah,
Um
well,
yeah.
I think it could have easily been like in an alternate reality. Comic hook, comic book movies are like the video game adaptations, like
Yeah.
just like terrible, and it could have easily
Yeah.
been that, but I think it took 3 phases to gain the entire
Yes.
world's like attention, and now they can just do
Do
whatever
what they
they
want.
want because
Yeah.
and they're going in such a right direction. So I think that's a perfect transition to where they're headed.
And a good
Which
shift, I think. I told telling Sebastian about this the other day where he was telling me, I think he told me about how um or we were just generally talking about how now they don't do multi-movie deals with people.
Mhm.
Or maybe it was you. It doesn't matter. So so like for instance, whenever a new character would come in, like Iron Man, whenever they signed on Robert Downey Jr., it wasn't just for that movie. They made sure to have like a 5 or 7, however many movie deal with him. And then with Chris Evans, they did the same thing whenever it was announced that he was Captain America, then we were like, okay, well, he's signed on for 3 movies. And it's
Mhm.
kind of like, that was also an annoying part of it because I was like, well, there's no stakes in these movies because we know they're going to come back because they're
Right.
signed on for 5 more movies. They stopped. I think it recently was announced that they've since stopped doing that, and I think that is such a huge. It's indicative of such a huge shift because they no longer have to not beg people, but they no longer have to guarantee that people are going to see you in these movies because people are going to go no matter what. Like as soon as you are in the Marvel universe,
You've made it
you've
pretty
made it.
much.
And they make such a big deal out of it during Comic-Con now when they announce, like, I remember when they announced the Eternals and all these people that were coming in, and I was like, they got fucking Angelina Jolie. Like, of course if it was her, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Catherine Hahn, like all these people that are getting that they're getting that are like really good, not just movie stars, because like that's not really indicative of your acting level, but just good actors. Now that is like the exciting part because then now they can actually do good shit and not just have a mediocre actor that's signed on for 5 movies and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think the direction that they're heading, not only with the casting and the people that they're choosing to be in this in the next phase, but it's way more sci-fi. I mean,
Yeah.
I get the whole
It's also
idea of
so
being
elevated.
the whole idea of being a superhero is like super sci-fi, sure, but I feel like just the whole thing in phase 4 is the multiverse. That it just adds a whole nother layer of depth that super exciting, because I really like the idea of time travel, time dilation, everything super interesting.
I would say it's kind of confusing to me, especially with like the new phase. Well, I guess I can say what my shift is, and the reason I need to eat my words is because I feel like the last time we talked about this, and I don't know when it was, maybe when the whole DC stuff, which they should just give up, honestly. DC, I don't know
No,
why they
I
keep
don't want
trying.
them.
It's honestly at this point it's very embarrassing. Um, anyways, so I I think the shift happened for me with WandaVision because I didn't want to watch it. I was like, I remember when they announced that these people were getting shows, like there was going to be Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and then Loki, and I was like, why? Why do we need that? I didn't understand it, and I was like, this feels stupid. It just feels like Disney is just like making shit for the sake of making it. And then I watched it. Then WandaVision, I think I still don't really love how they ended it. I didn't hate it, but I just didn't really love it. Um but I was truly like I think that show, like it wasn't even just like surprising how good it was. It was truly shocking. Like it was kind of like how I was during Old, but like opposite, where I was like, is this actual did Disney actually fucking make this? Like, is this actually an MCU thing? Because holy shit, the storytelling on that show was like next level. It was so good. The way that they did it and the way they connected it, I don't know, it's big brain shit because I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. And
Yeah.
it got me even more, it got me so interested. It got me to be like one of those conspiracy theorist people. Because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know anything that was happening. Like whenever the whole like reveal of who Catherine Hahn was, I was researching for like like not hours, but like maybe an hour to figure out who the fuck she is, who like Kang the Conqueror is, like all these people where I'm like, I need to know who they are and what this means. And like, yeah, and I just that is when the shift happened. I'm like, fuck, okay, I get it. I get it.
I felt the same way about Loki. I was excited for
Oh yeah.
WandaVision. I was excited for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I was like, Loki? And what I wanted WandaVision to be, Loki turned out to be, which
Weirdly
was
enough too, it's so controversial. It's such a controversial show. I don't know why. Like I feel like
how
some people
so?
hate it. Some people like absolutely hate it, and some people love it.
Loki?
I love it. Yeah. I've heard
Some
a
people,
lot of opinions of people that really hate it.
I
And they
have
think that
not.
people like they ruined the Loki. They ruined Loki. They didn't know who he was, and like everything he did was uncharacteristic. And I will say the like him falling in love himself, strange. Didn't like that
Yeah.
when Mobius is right there.
I don't know. Part of me still thinks, I mean, I know it's been debunked, but that Sylvie is not Loki, but I don't know. I don't know. But Loki, we're gonna look back. This is so cheesy. We're gonna look back and think, wow, Loki was the start. That's where it all changed, man.
Dude, and Jonathan Majors,
Amazing,
that casting. And apparently he
amazing.
just like improvised most of it.
Yeah, a lot of like the jumping up on the table.
Which is what you need. See, that's the thing. It was so nice to see. I think that was the reason I was like, oh, this is. I think that a lot of people don't like. Okay, so it's the same reason that a lot of people, um, that I disagree with a lot of people in like the new Star Wars movies. Not the last one. I really like this first and the second one in the new trilogy. I loved it, and people like I did not understand people's criticisms. I truly didn't understand them, and I was like, maybe I just don't get it. I don't know. Um, but I think it's because it's made for people like me. I don't know if it's made for people like me, but it's made for like it's just they're good. They are focusing on being good movies, and they're like Loki was focusing on being a good TV show, and I thought it was like it was truly amazing to me how many times I saw online when people were like, well, why did it just end like that? Why didn't they tell us what's happening? And I'm like, have you never seen a fucking TV show? Do you not know what a cliffhanger is? Like that
I
truly amazed me that that people did not understand how TVs were, how TVs, how TV shows work, because that's how it works. I don't. Am I missing something in that? Did people not understand that it was supposed to be like it's not a limited series? Wait,
Explain to me how a TV works. Do you know how a TV
truly,
works?
you know what? I could not if I tried. I could not.
No, yeah, people are just spoiled. I think that's what it boils down to. They
Yeah,
haven't seen a TV show like this that they like been enthralled in. I think. I think
and
that
they want to
speaks
know
to
what
how
happens.
yeah how good it is. You know,
Exactly.
I didn't know there was going to be a second season. But I'm glad. Like I
But
found
even
out
then, that's
close
how
to.
Marvel works. If say there wasn't a second season, you know they're going to finish this fucking storyline.
Yeah, for sure. In some way, shape, or form, they're gonna get their money. You know,
Yeah,
they're gonna finish that
it's
story.
so stupid. I'm waiting until January so that we can finish This Is Us. We can wait another fucking year for this show. Like it's so stupid. That made me so angry. Why didn't?
And
Well, what does this mean? Why didn't they tell us?
and that's how like the movies are.
It's a goddamn TV show.
You know,
Well, is
they
she
have
gonna
the
kill
after credit.
Hawkeye? Why does she show her the picture? Figure it out. Oh my god. Sorry, that just
Yeah.
made me so angry.
You know, I wonder if it's like this has been happening and this is the first you're seeing of it because you're actually interested
That's
and
what I
you're
mean.
like
Yeah,
enthralled.
yeah. If I didn't care, then I wouldn't care. Oh,
No,
but anyway,
yeah.
so the whole like Loki thing, I really loved watching it because somebody that the reason I started wanting to watch them and then like fell off is because of characters like Loki, and then so I saw the same character that I did really like when I first met him in the was it in the Thor movie when we first saw him. So I liked him then, and I was like, wow, this is such an interesting character. And
Mhm.
then now there's so many other ones. Like there's Mobius, who I love. There's
Miss
Miss
Minutes,
Minutes,
Kang.
love. But that's what I mean. Kang is such an interesting villain. I don't know if he's going to be a villain throughout. I don't know if he's supposed to be the villain, but he is so interesting. And the way, and I
There's a
think
couple of theories.
it's truly because of, at least for me, because I don't really know anything about Kang himself, but just the way that Jonathan Majors played him, endlessly interesting to me. I'd watch him for days. He can have his own goddamn movie, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I think I don't know if you'll be disappointed, but the other Kangs are not going to be like show the same characteristics. I mean, they'll have some, but they're going to be like pretty
But what I
different.
mean though is his capabilities. Like just because I know he's not going to be exactly like this, but it'll be interesting to watch him. It's
Oh,
kind
for
of
sure.
like back to M. Night Shyamalan. I know the movie Split has a lot of like controversies, but the fact that James McAvoy could do all of that within like all those characters within one and do it so seamlessly, that's what I mean, where like, oh, I'm just excited to see. You can give him whatever you want. I'm just excited to see what he does next because he's such a good actor.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of characters that Kang the Conqueror. I mean, we didn't see Kang. We saw He Who Remains or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Kang does have a lot of like there's Iron Lad, there's his like original like who Kang is, who he becomes. There's a lot of different like characters that Kang can be or is in within the multiverse. So it'll be interesting to see that.
There's
And that's
also-
one of the theories where each major movie will be a different variant, which I don't know if I'll get too tired of seeing, but like you said, he's such a good actor that he could make that interesting.
Oh, for sure. And I guess that's maybe one of my questions because I asked Sebastian, like, well, is this, I don't know if they're planning to do like another, like, it's kind of like, they're going to have like a boss after every phase or something that they like the boss that they have to, is that what they call it? A boss?
Yeah.
That they have to
I know, like a video game.
Yeah, I was like, is he the next Thanos? And Sebastian's like, well, I don't think so. But there's like whoever Julia Louis-Dreyfus, whatever the fuck she's doing. I think she's like gathering people, right?
Yeah, if there was to be another Thanos level threat, it would be Kang the Conqueror. I think because he's like he wants to conquer all of the timelines. So he has, and his original character, his name is, I have it somewhere. He's a descendant of Reed Richards, the Mr. Fantastic. In like the 31st century, his name is Nathaniel Richards, and he figures out time travel, meets his, or the multiverse. He meets other his variants, and he like gets all of this information, this technology, and then his ultimate goal is to conquer all of the timelines. So if there were to be another Thanos, I think Kang the Conqueror could be. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, it's all up in the air, but that would be very interesting to see.
They're setting up a lot of stuff. I'm assuming that's on purpose. Okay. All right. So I had a couple of questions I needed you to prepare beforehand. First one, if you want to cover, is what the fuck is going on with that multiverse, whatever the fuck? Because I just truly didn't understand the way that he described it. And I was like, it was one of those moments where Sebastian and I were watching, and we watched it the first time, and then he rewound it, and we watched it again when he was like, he showed like the stacking and like whatever. And I was like, okay, I don't get it. So I still don't understand what is going on with that, because I also don't understand if the multiverse and the timeline, like, are those the same? Should I be using that synonymously? Like, I just don't understand that. Like, the sacred timeline, is that in a multiverse? Is it its own? I just need to know what's going on. So the
sacred timeline is just something He Who Remains like crafted, and he did that.
Are those the movies? Like, is that what the MCU is supposed to be? Like, all these phases, does that all take place in the sacred timeline, or is that the question that everybody's asking?
I guess that is one of the questions people have been asking.
Because that's fucking genius.
Yeah, that's the thing. They haven't really given a whole lot of details yet, but I will say, from the research that I've done, your differentiation between the whole time thing and then the multi-universe thing. So I did some research, like I said, and the way, also I want to preface that they have not, like, the MCU has not differentiated the two, but to my understanding, it is like two separate trees. So you have one tree where the branches are the different timelines, where stuff like that changes. And the other one is the multiple universes. And I believe each one of those universes also has one of those other trees with the timeline, where the timeline will be different depending on things that change. People can change. So it's like a forest. It's a bunch of nonsense. And that's the thing. It's just chaos. It's absolute chaos. And that's what He Who Remains wanted to control, because there was a big war between all of his variants. He wanted to contain that chaos because in his mind, that was the only way to maintain peace, was to start pruning people, having them being eaten.
What is pruning?
It was just the TVA's term for... I
didn't understand that.
It was just their term. I don't think it's like... I could be wrong, but I think it's just a term that they used.
I didn't understand the act of it, though. Like, what was that? What were they doing?
They were sending people to a universe where... No. Yeah, they were sending people to... Man, now you got me confused.
Okay, I'm sorry. Because I think my big thing... Okay, so... I know we're going to eventually talk about this, but the way I tried to make sense of it was by thinking about Spider-Man.
Sure.
So I was asking Sebastian, so the sacred timeline that we're talking about is Tom Holland as Spider-Man, right? Well, first of all, can there be multiple, like, in the sacred timeline, can there still be multiple different versions of people? Because then how are Loki and Sylvie, like, did they get rid of all those other Lokis because the one in Avengers is the only one that should exist? I didn't understand that. That
No, those
confused
are,
me a lot.
like I said, that there's like within that one timeline, there's also multiple branches.
Okay. Because so how I thought whenever he brought up the like stacks, I was like, okay, so does this mean the one that we are seeing, Tom Holland is Spider-Man, and then the one on top of that, the different multiverse, is Sony. You know what I mean? That's what I was like, okay, that's the one where Jamie Foxx is the villain, and then the multiverse on top of that we saw, that's the one with Toby.
Pretty much.
Okay. But they don't.
Pretty
So
much.
then they don't exist in the sacred timeline, or is that what we don't know?
Yeah, we don't know.
But
I mean,
okay,
like,
but I guess it kind of is irrelevant now, right? Because now that it's dispersed, everything is fucked up.
true, but also like there's an infinite amount of these, and this is gonna blow your mind because it blows my mind. Like there's an infinite amount of them, so there's like no way to like keep track of it because our brains can't comprehend infinites.
Okay, so that's why I'm having such a hard time.
Yeah, it's not like
Okay.
it's you're not alone in it. You're not. Even if I think about it too much, I start getting confused.
Okay.
So.
All right. My thought, if as soon as if you tell me just don't think about it, head is empty and Sony. I'm like, all right.
Just let them feed you the information, and then you'll enjoy it.
Well, I think I understood. I was like, that's what I mean. Whenever I saw the stacks, I like labeled them in my head. I was like, okay, so this one's the MCU. That one is Sony. This is the one with the mutants. This is the one with Deadpool. Like that's what I was thinking of. And I was also, because I think that's the way to make it easy in my head is like, okay, how are they going to bring Fantastic Four into this? Because I mean, I don't want the one with Jessica Alba, and I do not want the one with Miles Teller. So can we just have a new one?
You want the one with Jeff Bezos and the 3 other people that went to space?
Oh my God. Yes, please. That cowboy hat can stay. William standing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That was
he is the scariest man alive. He is so fucking scary. He's like looking at me out the window. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So, what were my other questions? Was that it?
I'm pretty sure that was it.
All right, now I want to talk about Spider-Man. When is this trailer coming out? Do you think they're just fucking with us? What's happening? Well, I heard a theory. I've been sending you MCU TikToks. And I saw this theory that it makes sense that they wanted to wait to see how Black Widow did in theaters, and it didn't do that well. And so now they're scared that the one, I forgot what it's called, but the new one with, it's like the 10 rings or something.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, that they're scared that's not going to do well. So the way that they're going to tease it, because I think for Fantastic Four, the Fast and Furious movie, the new one that's out, they showed a trailer to Jurassic World or whatever. Apparently they're making another Jurassic movie. They showed a trailer to it so that more people can go to see Fantastic Four. Fast and Furious. Fantastic 9. So people can go see it for that reason. So people are thinking that they're only going to show it in theaters so that people will go and see 10 Rings.
Yeah, that one's a good theory.
Why would they? I don't know why they would do that though, because it's going to leak anyways.
Sure, but
people are still going to see it, I guess.
Yeah, it'll bring. Yeah, people are going to want to go to the theaters to see that trailer, regardless.
What do people think is going to happen though? They're going to show all 3 of them together holding hands. Like they're not going to show you guys that.
I don't know. There's and that's the thing, is the mystery of it, and I think that could be the reason why they're holding it from us. Whether honestly, they're just dangling it in front of us because it's made 100%. I feel like I
would respect heavily is if they never release a trailer. That would be
There's
so
no way,
funny. That would be so fucking funny.
I think World War III would start come December, December
Mm.
1st and we don't have a trailer, people are going to start
Maybe.
rioting.
What
And
would have been cool though if they would have just released a basic one before Loki, and then in theaters they released a different one because it changed because of the timeline.
oh, that would be cool.
Like we were supposed to get
Or
one movie, and then because the multiverse like is collapsing, then it's a
mm,
totally different movie now.
or if they just release one of the like poorly made fan ones. They're like the multiverse really took a hit on Spider-Man.
Took a hit. Man,
Because
I you know what's upsetting too is not upsetting, but I can't remember being this excited to see a movie since The Dark Knight Rises. But I wasn't even
for
that excited
Spider-Man,
for this one. I'm very excited for Spider-Man. Like I'm like, but I'm so annoyed though because I'm gonna be like one of those people that's fucking applauding in the theater because I'm so excited. It's gonna
standing
happen.
ovation.
I told Sebastian, I was like, Anthony's gonna cry.
I will need a hiatus. I will go on a hiatus, actually.
We need to. Hopefully, it's in a time that we can like go together. That would be so funny, and then record something like in the car, and you're like sobbing.
That Spider-Man is my favorite too.
God. And you know, I would cry if Willem Dafoe was in it. I would.
Oh, I mean, there's rumors. There's rumors.
God. But that's the thing, though. The rumors are not gonna. I'm scared that they're okay. That's another thing that's changed about the MCU is that I feel like I wouldn't have trusted them to do all this stuff. I would have been like, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
Yeah, but now
I'm like,
they're going to do it.
No, because I saw this one TikTok where this guy was like, y'all are not getting Kang the Conqueror in the finale of Loki. It's not happening. The same reason that Mephisto didn't show up in WandaVision is the same reason he's not going to show up in this one. And he was like, and you know how, and he's like, I'm so confident I will shave off one of my eyebrows. You saw that guy too?
He shaved his entire head, no?
I think so.
Or both of his eyebrows or something.
And I told Sebastian too, I was like, you know what, I feel the same way. I don't think they will. And now I'm like,
I feel the exact same way.
And I was like, and I think for Spider-Man, honestly, I think they might get the three of them. I think that would be stupid to have Alfred Molina and then not get at least one of them. But I was like, or also Jamie Foxx. But then I was like, I think they're teasing everybody. I don't think they're going to do it. But now I'm like, I don't know. Honestly, fucking maybe the waiter is gonna be in it. Honestly, I don't fucking know.
And the only way you'll find out is if you go, and then they're just amazing.
I think that the Bruce Campbell, the waiter, I think he's gonna be in it. Now, honestly, he could be in it, and he could be whoever people think. Well, who do they think he was supposed to be?
Mysterio.
Then yeah, honestly, could happen. And then Jake Gyllenhaal's back. Kirsten Dunst, you know what? Maybe she'll show up. I honestly don't know, and I think that they will do all of it.
I don't know.
A crazy theory that I think everybody would lose it, and I really want them to do it.
I think I know what you're talking about. You sent me this one this morning with the after credit scene is like downtown New York, you know, like a low angle, and you just see one foot with black and red Air Force Ones.
I think it's white and red.
White and red.
No, I think it's Jordans.
And yeah, they are Jordans. I'm so sorry. I say Air Force Ones.
Jesus.
Jordans.
He's like, who's that?
Who wears Air Force Ones? It's all black Air Force Ones.
They're oh shit, what are they? I don't even know.
They're Tim's and it's kick-ass.
They're Tim's. Honestly, that's what I mean though. If they we're gonna bring in kick-ass, I'm like, yeah, I believe you guys. I honestly don't know.
That's hilarious.
Man, that Spider-Man movie is gonna be fucking insane. I told Sebastian we're gonna that's gonna be one of those movies that we're gonna have to buy tickets as soon as they're released. Like we have to put like a fucking alarm on our phones.
I wouldn't be surprised if it does some Infinity War numbers, some Endgame numbers, you know.
And I'm scared though. I don't know. I'm like scared they're gonna disappoint people. But then on the same note, side of the coin, I don't know. I think it's gonna be insane.
Yeah, and this is so weird that you came up to me and wanted to have a whole episode talking about MCU and saying this is going to be insane.
I think it is. Yeah, I'm. You can't imagine how upset I am that I'm very excited for this, and I have so many theories.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, what else
crazy.
besides Spider-Man are we excited for?
No, there was
I'm
something
excited
else I wanted to talk about Spider-Man. Oh no, okay, so that end credit scene, but also this theory that they're finally going to let Donald Glover be him. That would be insane.
That would probably make me cry. No, I don't know about that. That would be, man.
Because they were like, I forgot why he said this. Because I mean, they're not going to put the fucking cartoon, right? Like, I mean, maybe, I don't know, but because people wanted it so badly, and they couldn't do it because people are fucking racist and people hated the idea. But now, why not? And I saw a lot of people being like, "Oh, he's already in and he plays the uncle." Well, who cares? This is a multiverse.
Yeah, I wonder if it
insane.
does happen, and then I don't even know. That would
be crazy.
I don't even know. I don't even know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The possibilities, I think, are the most exciting thing, and why I think they don't want to release it because it's getting so much buzz because they haven't at this point. Release a trailer.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm down to wait. I'm not.
I keep on trying to. I'm trying to forget about it. Because I am very excited for it. I'm trying to forget about it, and then someone walks up to me. I don't know who, like a random bystander walks up, shakes me on the shoulders, says the Spider-Man trailer is out, go watch it. And then I drop what I'm doing. And then whispers into my ear,
I'm Tobey Maguire.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh man.
Moment of silence for the trailer that will hopefully come out soon, I guess.
Can you imagine if it comes out on the day we release this? Power we would hold. I'm also excited for Fantastic Four because I keep saying it on accident. But that would be interesting. They haven't released who's in it, right?
I don't think so.
Or they probably haven't even cast anybody.
John Krasinski's an obvious candidate for Reed Richards.
How was that obvious?
Mr. Fantastic. It was a big theory when WandaVision was coming out that I don't remember her name. One of the characters said that she had an engineer friend.
Oh, yeah.
To like help him out. They thought it was going to be Reed Richards.
I know, but why John Krasinski?
Because he could play a good Reed Richards, and he kind of looks like him. Mainly the hair, I think. The hair, and I don't know. There's a lot of, like, it was a big fan cast. Like a lot of people fan cast him as Reed Richards. I'm sure, look up John Krasinski Fantastic Four. You'll see pictures of him in like photoshopped in a suit.
I just am tired of like.
Tired of John.
No, why do they have to be white?
I'm just saying.
I know. I'm not talking about, like, I'm not saying you specifically. And just like, I don't know. That's the thing that's kind of annoying to me. Of like, now they should have been doing this from the get-go. But I guess their fans are a lot of them could be pretty racist. So I see why, or like they just get really up in arms if you're not casting them at the same exact shade of white or of paleness as the comic book character. But like, what is stopping you from casting, like, you know what I mean? Like, they did it with the first one, or with the second version of Fantastic Four.
Right. With the Human Torch.
But like, I don't know.
Yeah, they could definitely do that. And I think a large part of why they can do that is because they've or I don't know. They can
Well, the
easily do that
multiverse
now.
is, well, that's what I mean is that I really like what they're doing because now it's like, well, sure, that happened in the comic books, but this is not the comic book. So fuck y'all.
Yeah, yeah. If you want that, go read it. Go
Yeah,
read that shit.
exactly. But
But
then I get scared for the actors because like we know what happened to like in Star Wars, for example, what happened to John Boyega and
yeah, but that's what I was saying is you're not the only person who didn't like the MCU for the first three phases or wasn't as interested, but a lot of people are, and hopefully those people are more inclusive and promote diversity. I'm sure that they are. A large majority of those people are. So I think, and also the MCU can do whatever the hell they want, and they've been kind of getting more
that's
diverse. So I
okay, but
think,
that's the annoyance part. So that I am excited, but I still get very annoyed by them because exactly what you said. This is their universe. They can do whatever they want, and they're
Mhm.
still choosing not to do certain things.
Right.
So that's the annoyance. Is
Well,
like,
let's make one. Let's make a MCU movie. It's not that hard, right?
sure,
Let's make
let's
let's
do
make the
it.
next
Like,
F4.
honestly, give me $100 and I can do anything better than DC is doing. Give me a
I
hundred
don't
dollars and a
know.
camcorder and I can do anything better.
Get wait for Batman. Wait for Robert Pattinson.
That's different.
Oh yeah, I mean DC. I
The
don't
only
know.
Batman, as far as I'm concerned, is Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's ass. Have you seen that? They're back together. Oh wait, you know that's not your. Never mind. They used to date a while back.
Oh,
Okay, this is like not related to MCU at all, but I'm going to tell you this exact story. So they used to date like a while ago, like early 2000s maybe. They were a big couple. It was like their couple name was Benifer. Very cute.
okay, cool.
But they were like they were a huge couple apparently. Like they were super famous obviously. They broke up. I think they were engaged, but they didn't get married because they broke up and I don't really know why. Um and
Wait, that's
then
why they didn't get married? Is because they broke up?
let me tell you this fucking story so you don't
Okay, I
sound
continue.
stupid at your next party when people ask you what are your opinions on the Bennifer reunion.
Jennifer.
Okay. Um so yeah. And obviously they've been dating like different people. Ben Affleck, I think recently was like dating he was dating her, and then Jennifer Lopez was like engaged to Alex Rodriguez, and so she, and then they, uh, not got
Got
broke up. Was it got divorced, and then I couldn't think of the term broke up, so they broke up, and I think it was like it seemed like a week after she was spotted with him,
yeah,
and
yeah, I
everybody,
know
it's
that.
just like it's like deja vu. Everybody is like, what is going on? And it's not even just rumors of them hanging out. Like I think today she posted, maybe not today, maybe yesterday. She posted a picture because she's 52, by the way, 50 fucking two, and she looks like
Wow.
that. And she posted a picture of them like making out, and so they're like officially together, and everybody's obsessed with it. So,
Oh, that's the story. I knew that.
oh, why'd you say you didn't?
I thought you were. I thought there was more to the story. I
No, that
really
was it.
thought. Oh, lame.
As far as I'm concerned, well, people are like kind of being annoying because they're like, "Well, she moved on too fast. Like, what about the
Oh,
kids?" I'm
whatever.
like, her kids don't fucking care. She makes millions of dollars every day. Her kids do not give a shit who she is dating. Yeah.
Wow. Well, let me just say that I'm excited. Back to the MCU. I'm
You
excited
can
for
cut all that.
No, we can keep it because it's kind of funny.
Okay.
Just in case people don't know, I feel like our audience should know about the
Yeah, I
Bennifer
need them to
reunion.
know.
I'm excited, obviously, for Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. I'm very excited for Eternals,
Oh my god, I'm
Blade.
so excited for that. People are going to be
What
very
if?
annoying though. Oh yeah. When does that? When did that happen?
I heard about. I mean, I heard about it during Comic-Con a long time ago, like when it was
Oh,
first announced.
I heard about it like 2 weeks ago.
No, yeah, it's very exciting. Like when the trailer came out.
I haven't even seen the trailer. Should I watch it or should I wait?
I don't think it gives a lot of spoilers. I think if you watch it, you'll be even more excited.
Okay. When does it come out?
Soon? Let me look up.
So what is the whole deal about that? It's just showing like scenarios. Like, what's the whole point of it? Do you think? Do you think it's going to give like Easter eggs or something? Not Easter eggs, but like
not necessarily. It's just like it's just like there's infinite possibilities of the multiverse. So it's just like some of those possibilities.
I'm interested though because like
comes out August 11th soon.
Okay. Because people made it seem like it's like going to be like it's going to predict certain things, or it might foreshadow what's going to happen.
Sure, it's just like recounting major events that have already occurred in the MCU
and how they could have gone.
And how they could have gone. So, like, one of them is, what if Killmonger saved Iron Man from that like bombing explosion in the Middle East or wherever it was? Just a little, like, I'll just tease a little bit.
What's the point of it, though? Is my question. Does it play into anything that's going to happen, or no?
I don't know.
Or is there? Do I have to look into those theories myself? Maybe.
Yeah, you might have to look into that a little bit more.
I'm also excited because it's apparently the last thing that Chadwick Boseman did.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice to hear his voice.
Mm-hmm. Not really excited for Hawkeye, but it might be another Loki situation where I was like, why is Loki getting a show? And I just didn't like Loki's, like, the show logo.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not a fan of it.
I'm excited for Hawkeye just of the like small chance that we could see Florence Pugh in it, but I don't know.
That's true, but Moon Knight will be
what?
Fantastic. Moon Knight.
What the hell's that? Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I've never.
Let me make sure, because Kayla corrected me. I'm surprised you don't know about this. Oscar Isaac.
Oh shit! Yeah. What is that supposed to be? A movie?
Series, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's supposed to be a mini series.
Ooh.
Yeah, he has like the character. I don't know too much about him. I know he has a lot of like mental health issues, so that'll be cool to see from a superhero. Mm-hmm. Not to say that current ones don't, but I think it's like the character is known for that.
Interesting.
I know recently.
Does it have anything to do with like? Do you think there's anything to the fact that Oscar Isaac was in the Spider-Man into the like? What was it called? Spider-Verse?
Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Who was he?
At the very end. Remember when there was like
the he was. Yeah, he was 2099. I forgot about that.
Do you know if that
3099?
Did that play into anything or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
What
Wakanda
else?
Forever.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I'm interested to see what they do with that.
Yeah, they have
cast, fuck, what's her name? I forgot her name.
Yeah, you look at that while I mentioned a couple more, just literally two more. Ant-Man, Quantumania. Is it Ant-Man and the Wasp? Quantumania. Well, that
yeah.
Kang the Conqueror is supposed to be like the villain for that one, and they just started principal photography. I saw that somewhere. I saw a still of like a rabbit, a doll. Excited for that. I know Kayla isn't, but I am.
Okay.
And then finally, Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that'll be.
Oh, Michaela
that'll be some next
Cole. She was in I May Destroy You. I Must Destroy You. I May Destroy You. One of the best TV shows I've ever seen.
I don't know about it.
She's very good.
Shout out. Well, we talked about a lot about the MCU. What go back a year, a year, and tell yourself, your past self, that you're gonna have a whole podcast episode that you like wanted to happen. What do you think your past self would say? Would she believe you?
What happened last year? What was the last MCU thing? Oh, Spider-Man.
Yeah, probably Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, I would have been like, why? That movie was not that good.
You didn't like
Maybe
Into
I
the
need to watch it
Spider-Verse?
again. Oh, wait, no, Spider-Verse. Oh, I thought I was talking about the other one.
The Far From Home.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
Spider-Verse.
I was about to be very upset with you, man.
Was that MCU? I thought that was Sony.
I mean, the multiverse is open now. It could be. Okay. We'll just say right after you've seen Endgame.
Ooh, okay. That's a good one. I would have been like, well, what else are they going to do? Like, everybody's dead.
Fair enough.
I think what I would have said is like, well, I hope then they do like, they add different characters and stop making the same goddamn movies.
Right.
Which, I mean, they're still not giving new people their own movies, which is kind of annoying. But hopefully in the future they will. Like, what is a new... Well, actually, the newest one is a new character, so eating my words. Also, Eternals. I'm very excited about Eternals. I love the director. Yeah.
Cool.
I think I would just been like, why? Like, what's happening that's new?
Yeah.
Little does she know.
It's about to hit her so
mind
hard.
She was.
That's funny.
You know what? Maybe I've just been inside for too long. Maybe that's why I'm like obsessed with MCU.
Just give me anything. I just want to consume.
Truly. I don't. After seeing Old, I think that forever changed my mind. Or changed my brain.
Yeah. You aged a little bit.
Yeah, right. I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's a good note to end on. Excited to see what else they make, because the tide has changed for sure.
Truly. And you know what? I'll say it now. I think maybe we can do a mini episode whenever the Spider-Man trailer comes out.
Are we going to start dissecting?
Oh, no. Yeah, probably.
We can just do it for the YouTube if you want.
That's fine. If there is anything to talk about. What if we do like a reaction to it? What if we are like, don't watch it until we can like record it?
We're gonna do a live reaction.
I think we should do that.
Okay, let's do it.
But you better not fucking watch it. You have to have some restraint.
Okay, I will show restraint.
I don't know how we can do it, but maybe we can do it on Discord or something. I'll be like, we're all gonna watch it together.
Yeah, maybe we gotta tell.
We have to stay off Twitter.
I gotta throw my phone away, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, that sounds good.
Alrighty.
Well, thanks for joining this fun episode, everyone.
Let us know. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully you like this. I don't know. It's very different from what we usually do. But if you do, let us know. If you don't, I mean, you can let us know too. Or like in the Bob Dylan song, he's like, I don't want to know if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do more.
I mean, if they reached this part, they probably enjoyed it. So thanks.
Yeah. Oh,
if you didn't
want to talk more about please, if you have any theories, put them on the Discord. I need to know. Oh, this is a good time to plug stuff. Oh shit! I closed my thing. Do you have it?
Of course I do. Our Instagram is @BrotherSisterShow and Twitter @BroSisShow. In the description of both of those, you can find our website, which has the Discord, it has YouTube, everything. So
please send us theories. Ooh, even if you want to follow us on TikTok. And you can
I'm pretty
send
sure
us TikToks.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Anything. I need to know theories. I'm fully in it. I have the tin fat. Oh my god. Okay, ended. Tinfoil hat. Also known as tinfoil hat on. I'm full Marvel conspiracy theorist.
We've gotten to that point where we're just tired and we need to end the episode, I think. Yeah, let's
Holy shit,
end
it's 10 o'clock. All right, I gotta go.
Good night, everyone. Well, I mean, yeah, good night. We'll see you next time. Bye.